Come on up.
Good evening, council members. My name is Rod Hemney, and I'm an Emeryville homeowner and architect who has completed more than 25 units of affordable housing. As an architect who has devoted his career to affordable housing, I passionately support your goal to provide more family-friendly housing. However, I'm here today to raise concerns because I'm worried that some of the ideas to increase the supply may be counterproductive. I recently attended a planning commission meeting during which proposals were made for new guidelines and regulations. These proposals included requiring a certain percentage of 3-bedroom units on all projects, recommending or requiring various unit standards such as unit proportions, private outdoor space, etc. And I believe these regulations will work against the goal to increase family housing, and here's why. I surveyed 9 apartment complexes in Emeryville, and I have a handout to show you that. The average 3-bedroom apartment costs $3,700. Using a standard proportion of rent to income of 1 to 3, a family needs to be making around $133,000 to afford this rent. Families making this level of income have many choices for their homes. So for wealthier families, the critical issues are quality of the schools, safety, single-family housing stock. I work on affordable housing projects which are usually designed to serving families making 50 to 60% of the AMI. For Emeryville, this amount is $47,000 to $56,000. These would be solid working class families. I'm sure we can all agree that a family of 4 making around $50,000 cannot afford a 3-bedroom rent of $3,700 per month. The only way this working class family can rent an apartment in Emeryville is to be able to qualify for one of the few affordable housing complexes. For working class families, the #1 issue is affordability. So what is the likely result of trying to legislate family apartments? 1, increasing the cost of the units and thereby raising rents. For example, requiring a 3-bedroom apartment minimum ratio will raise the cost per unit of the complex, decrease the number of units built, and raise the average rents. It will also not necessarily result in families moving in. In fact, anecdotal evidence suggests that students or young professionals, not families, are moving into 3-bedroom apartments in Emeryville because of the cost. So here are my suggestions. 1, do not make any new compulsory design recommendations or standards. 2, increase the affordable housing contribution per unit of market rate housing. 3, develop other sources of funding for affordable housing. And 4, work on the issues that will attract wealthy families: schools, safety, better single-family housing stock. I recently spoke about these issues with Carol Galante, a friend and long-term client who recently stepped down as the Assistant Secretary of HUD, the Federal Department of Housing and Urban Development. I described in very general terms your approach to regulate family-friendly housing, and she agreed with me that this will not likely be successful in creating family housing in Emeryville. If you'd like, I'd be happy to try and set up a meeting with her to talk about these issues.
That's your time.
Thanks for listening. I'd be happy to take questions, and I have the handout showing the survey of the units.
Any other public comment?